맛있겠다. 옳지. 새벽. 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 뭐 했어? 어디로 갔었어? 들어가.
new corks and bottles ready to pop out. Oh, no more crying. We are knocking out another year of new loves, broken hearts and crazy, crazy rides. And when you're hearing the countdown, goodbye, oh dear, thanks for being around. I feel the next one is going to slay, and it's a minute to midnight. People smiling and embracing, they are having a great time. You can read it on their faces, it's a minute to midnight. There's no way I'm feeling blue, 'cause in a minute at midnight I'll be busy kissing you. And then the sky will blossom up into a million colors, rising from the city roofs. Oh no, and when you're hearing the countdown, goodbye, oh dear, thanks for being around. Feel the next one is going to slay, and it's a minute to midnight. People smiling and embracing, they are having a great time. You can read it on their faces, it's a minute to midnight. There's no way I'm feeling blue, 'cause in a minute at midnight I'll be busy kissing you. And it's a minute to midnight. People smiling and embracing, they are having a great time. You can read it on their faces, it's a minute to midnight. There's no way I'm feeling blue, 'cause in a minute at midnight I'll be busy kissing you.
색깔이 그거 어떻게 올라갔어? 대단한데? 어?
Watch as it breaks down beside us. When we've risked everything for love. On the outside, always looking in. We'll still hold on to all we could have been. To all we could have been. Would you still take me for a fool if I let give it all away for you? So take me home. It's colder than it's ever been before. Those photographs that once took pride of place stand no more. How long should we try and make things last till we fall? Would you still take